All right, stream is up. Okay, so let's send off some messages. Oh, Mirsek, is someone upset at the title of the video? Oh, I'm sorry. Not really. I don't care. There's gonna be a whole bunch of cuck messages in the thing. Cyrus, yeah, I'm on my phone right now, so it's all good. 100 days at Trump, and the world is quite literally the same as it was. So he hasn't really done anything, but in his mind, he has. So I guess that's something. Asuka is going to probably be a fair amount. Islam is the cancer. Trump is the answer. If Islam was the cancer and Trump is the answer, then he would have done more than just blow up a few airplanes in Syria, right? He would have actually followed in his 100 days plan, where he planned to build a coalition to work against ISIS in that part of the world, to team up with Russia to do it. Didn't happen. In fact, ISIS hasn't even been much of what he's said lately. So how was he prove the haters wrong? That's retarded. That's retarded. If there's if someone wants to make a cuck counter, you're gonna have to. I am not able to see that. So let me just send off a message to the Facebook. Hold on here. Let me find it. I'll piss off people online. All right. So no message to Twitter yet. Okay. Let me jump into this. You want him to go full Andrew Jackson? You know judges are in place for a reason, right? Like they follow the Constitution. What kind of fucking... What kind... Oh my god. What kind of fucking thumbnail? It's not the thumbnail that I chose. That thumbnail's so fucking funny. Okay, so I got the chat up right here. I'm just going to share this to Facebook real quick. All right. So how are you guys today? Having a good one? It's rainy as shit here, so I haven't done much today. Also... All right. Get it. Okay. So, all right. Oh, I'm sorry you're still sick. That sucks, man. Slender Grill. It's rainy as hell. I was gonna be outside tonight. I was gonna be outside tonight, and I was gonna search for Slender Grill again, and I ended up getting. It's pouring down rain, so you're not able to hear anything. Outside of that. So it's just this total fucking like rainstorm on top of my awning, and I'm like, I'll just do it in the room. It's all good. So, Trump's a moron, but you dig at him harder than Hillary Clinton. Nah, I dig at him because he's the president, and like the thing is, he's got thin fucking skin. Anyone who has even thinner skin, Trump supporters. It's the funniest fucking thing. They virtue signal for him like it's the end of days. Like he is the second coming of Christ. If Christ was a Dorito skinned madman. Like that's the whole issue. Trump is a person who I wanted to believe could do well. And then he just fucked that one right up. Just right off the goddamn bat. Just fucked that thing up. You know, he's backpedaled on everything. All right, he'll backpedal on it, and then he'll come back and go, "Whoa, we're still gonna work on it." You know, I was watching his loyalty day stream today, and there's someone behind him with the sign saying "Promises made, promises kept," and I'm all like, "Where? Outside of Neil Gorsuch, where? It should be promises made. He tried, but everything else got in the way." like, let's say, the three branches of government, the Constitution, the fact that he had posed a ban multiple times while he was on campaigns, and that was used against him. And yeah, pretty much Trump is about as big of a failure in his first 100 days as one could expect. And this is from a person who knows nothing of government and has surrounded himself with people of Wall Street, of big business, of corporations that he kind of pledged to not use. And as a result of that, I feel no sympathy for him in this regard. I don't feel any sympathy for Trump. He had one job and he has fucked it up repeatedly. And it's pretty funny to watch. And you guys can get mad at that all you want, but you cannot argue against facts. And this isn't media spin shit. This is literally watch what he is doing. And it is just like tweet about shit, reinfuse his fan base, because his base is what he's pandering to at this point. His base is everything. I've talked to Trump supporters that were diehard Trump supporters that have voted for him, and they've been like, I don't even think he's going to last the 4 years. Like, I think he's going to quit. It's been 100 days, and how much complaining has he done? I can't drive. I miss my old life. He's like a fucking kid who was sent to summer camp or writing back to his parents saying, I just wanted to stay at home and masturbate by the pool. But he's leading the free world from his resort in Florida. That's costing you and me tons of money every single week when he flies down there. So, yeah. I feel no sympathy when he gets fucking scathed by the media. I don't feel sympathy about it at all. When he comes out there saying like this was, when he comes out and he says, this shit's hard, right? Like he's, on the campaign trail, right? Nobody understands government like me. Nobody understands it like me. Well, that I think is actually true. Because other people who were players in the game actually understood what the job entailed. Trump came into it thinking he's going to run it like a business. That doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. And there's still over 1,000 jobs he has not submitted nominees for. The government is not running at full capacity. That is not benefiting the government. He can't even, when the Freedom Caucus was like, we don't like your bill, your Obamacare replacement bill, because it's too liberal, he went in there thinking like, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to come after you. And they're like, we're all fucked next time anyway, so eat a dick. He can't get anything done. And he will eventually. Don't get me wrong. I will say eventually he will get things done. He will absolutely positively get things done eventually. But in his first 100 days, he overpromised, he underdelivered, and then he starts complaining about it. He keeps saying like, well, there's like the 100 days is not really like that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. It's not, ultimately. It's 100 days out of fucking 3 years. But he made it a big deal. And then when it didn't suit him, he then came out, well, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. What, come on. I want to sit down with like the most strident Trump supporter and just walk them through everything they think he has done. When he gives himself a grade of an A, when he fucking is asked to rate himself, it's like, come on, man. Come on. He's just, it's like you elected your grandfather that doesn't understand how the world is and just somehow has gotten well, done okay in business, had his own business and shit, trying to run policy. It doesn't work that way. So no, I haven't talked to Naked Ape. The whole point of it is Trump is not an idiot. He is a smart enough man to understand when he's in over his head. The problem with it is he's also egotistical and narcissistic, and those two attributes will not let him admit that maybe he doesn't know everything, and maybe he needs to actually spend a little bit of time reading the president's handbook. And that is going to get him in trouble. Why do you think the travel ban was blocked both times? Because all the judges did is look at his words on the campaign trail, promises he made, and they said, well, you said it was a Muslim ban multiple times. This is a Muslim ban. It ain't going to go through. because and that's what it is. And then looking at like Jeff Sessions saying, well, I don't understand how a judge on a little island in the Pacific can make this, can rule that will affect the country, because it's part of a state, which is part of the country. It's a federal judge. Now Trump's talking about wanting to dismantle the Ninth Circuit. Come on, this is not a dude working within the executive levels. He's trying to, like, I'm not saying he's going to be a dictator, because he clearly doesn't have the stones for it, but he's definitely trying his best to, I think, just hold on at this point, which is why he's bringing in Ivanka and Jared, and that's causing a stir up at the White House. I before the end of the year, I'm predicting that Bannon and Spicer will both be gone. And I will say this, hands down, I feel bad for fucking Spicer. He has got literally the hardest fucking job in the White House, in the administration. Because just imagine, every day you have to basically explain away your boss, aka Mr. Magoo, doing the dumbest shit and having to make it seem, and then still having to be like, no, like, I am the champion of this person. I am the spokesperson of this leader. And even though they're fucking up constantly, you have to sit there and spin everything they do. You have to turn all of their fucking Cheeto dusted shit into fucking just spindles of gold. It's hilarious to watch. It is hilarious to watch. And I don't give a shit this video's got like tons of fucking dislikes on it. I don't fucking care. You guys can dislike, unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to sit there and turn away my feelings from Trump. He's a smart enough guy to know that he's made a mistake, and he's not doing anything to try to fix it. All he's trying to do is make himself out to not be the bad guy. He's just like Paul Feig in Ghostbusters. He blames everybody but himself for a situation he put himself in. And that's one of the reasons why the Democrats are going to fucking win in 2018 and 2020. They're fucking energized now, and they're running on the Tea Party playbook. So expect more marches, expect more rallies, expect more coverage. UC Berkeley, look, here's the thing. Everyone's talking about UC Berkeley is going to give Trump 2020. UC Berkeley is not even getting a blip on most radar. It's not. UC Berkeley is an interesting case study for what's going on, but it's not getting the amount of press that people think it's supposed to get in order to do it. Not enough to fucking further any extra votes. Unless someone dies. And that's the only way it's going to get any crazy. Like, someone's going to have to die at Berkeley in order for it to hit that national level of news. Fox isn't going to talk about it outside of maybe a blurb here and there. Tucker Carlson probably ain't going to talk about it. I mean, he may have, I don't know. But, you know, people would probably send me the video clip if he did. There's a lot of people out there that, like, are not talking about this, which means a lot of people aren't getting the info. And as big and as massive as YouTube and Twitter are, they're not the people that are going to be impacted by this. Like, they're not going to, you know, those people that are seeing this are not the ones that are going to push the vote. That's what you need to see, is a lot of the mainstream media coverage. So you can call it fake news all you want. It serves a fucking purpose, which is one of the reasons why we're in the situation we're in. Now, here's the thing, too. I will say this flat out. The Democrats fucked up. Oh, they fucked up hard. They pushed an unelectable candidate, a candidate that they knew was unelectable, a candidate that was running off of an entitlement campaign, a candidate that was losing. Every time she lost to Bernie Sanders, it was not like by a couple half point or whatever, because every time she beat Bernie in like most states, it was by a very narrow margin, just a narrow margin. But every time Bernie walked in and won a state, it was like he whipped out his dick and just right in the face. Just right in the fucking face. So you've got a lot of that going on. The Democrats screwed up. They still didn't learn their lesson. And everything. But if they try, maybe they will actually be able to do some shit. But as a whole, the Democrats are in a mess. And all the Republicans need to do in order to keep winning would be just hold the line, essentially. Democrats have their work cut out for them, and they can still pull this out and win. But really, given how the marches are being publicized and being talked about, and all the things like the Science March and the Climate March and everything, those are getting a fair amount of press coverage, and that's the shit people are interested in. So, but what I would like to see, just because I'm going to be fucking fair here, all right, is I want to see a third-party system be implemented. I want to see the primary system get entirely overhauled, to the point of where it's like you don't have to be, like you don't have to be a registered Democrat in order to vote. You can be an independent, you can be a whatever, or a registered Republican. The primary system is utterly broken. It enforces a two-party system. Even though the general election can allow for that to an independent to happen, the primary system doesn't allow for it necessarily. Look at New York, for example. New York cut off voter registration in November of 2015. November of 2015 in order to push for a March 2016 fucking primary. Right? That's 5 months. 5 goddamn months in between. That's horseshit. It should have never fucking happened. It should never fucking happen. But that's what happened. That's the way it is right now. It's such a fuck system. And the good thing about it is now we're more aware. We're way more fucking vocal about this shit. And hopefully some stuff will change. I mean, I'm hoping the primary system will change. I'm hoping the Electoral College will go the fuck away. You can disagree with me on that all you want. But I'm sorry, until each vote is as equal as the one before it or next to it or after it or whatever, then it's not an equal system. I don't give a shit who you are. It's that's just the way it should work out. You want equality, you have to have everyone be on the same fucking plane. So get rid of that system, change out the primary system, start allowing independents into the primary a lot better. Here's something too. This is what I'd like to see. And I thought that they were going to do this last election, but they didn't. Was Trump wanted to do a debate with Bernie, right? Like during the primary season. And I thought that was a really cool idea. I give him credit for suggesting that. Like, I would like to see all the candidates from both parties on stage, right? Like, break it down, like fucking no barriers, no borders, no party lines, no party restrictions. Everyone on stage fielding a Q&A, and let them battle it out that way, right? At least one or two of those throughout the primary season in order to get people from all sides to come together and watch. But because we're so divided, right? And if you don't believe me on being how divided we are, look at the likes and dislikes on the stream. We have 50 up, 56 down right now because I said, let's celebrate surviving 100 days of Donald Trump. And people are coming in and either liking it because of the title or disliking it because of the title, because that's how divided we are, right? And it's a nice little, strategy to kind of showcase how things are at the moment. That's how fucked up it is. So Comic Exchange says, fuck that mundane Matt. Just throw 2 sharp objects in front of them and tell them that only one wins. Yeah, but here's the thing. Do we really want a Dothraki king? Do we really want that kind of, the necromonger from fucking Chronicles of Riddick? Do we want that kind of style at play here? And the answer is no, we don't. It has to be a democratic system. It has to be a system with what's it called? Debates. There we go. Debates, but it has to include everybody in there. It has to be everybody. If it's not everybody, then I think it just furthers that divide. But here's the thing too, and I'm making this prediction hands down, and some people will agree, some people will disagree, but I think it's a lot like this. In the next 30 years, baby boomers are going to die off. Okay, next 20, 30 years, majority of baby boomers are going to die off, which means the majority of Fox viewers are going to die off. The majority of Trump voters, at least of voters in certain areas, are going to die off. And the Republican Party is going to find itself in the situation where it's not going to be able to survive where it currently is. It's one of the reasons why I think they moved Tucker Carlson to the 8 p.m. slot for Bill O'Reilly, because Tucker Carlson is a younger guy. So he's got many years ahead of him as being a commentator. He'll make a lot of money at Fox, and he seems to be a little bit more centered than other people on the network to an extent. He'll toe party lines, but from what I've seen of him when he was on CNN and other things, he'll play kind of that middle ground a little bit, not much, but he'll at least try. And that might be a way for them to bring in the younger demographic that they're going to need in order to keep them afloat. Because as the older generation that watches Fox News predominantly, the ones that believed Glenn Beck's bullshit, the ones that bought his fucking gold, begin to croak, as is a natural part of life, comes for us all, their margin is going to shift, is going to change. And more and more of the youth today are very open and accepting of different beliefs, sexualities, so on and so forth. They're open to a lot more of these ideas, and that is going to further either break down the political divide between the parties, or it's going to just straight eviscerate the right. Now, there's always going to be a conservative movement. There always is. There's always going to be a conservative movement. But what we're going to start seeing is more of like, I would argue maybe a little bit more like the Tea Party, which is more of a hardlined conservative movement versus more of the moderate ground of things. And we're going to continue seeing the extremists on both sides. But as the moderate base for the Republicans start to kind of die off, the hardliners are going to be what's left, and just wait for a civil war to break out between them, because it will happen. Civil wars are going to break up between the people that are going to be trying to run the show, whereas the left will run into a lot of the same problems. But as more and more people come to the center, it's going to be harder, I think, to control them either way, and we might get a little bit more interesting things as a result. So hold on, let's see, lots of shit here. I haven't even read in the fucking chat. All right. Yeah, Boggsy, I saw your tweet about Richard Spencer and Kamau Bell. I thought I responded to that. I agree with you, galvanized. Probably to shock the competition. They gave fucking Richard Spencer a platform to speak. Sacre bleu. You know, like that's what's going to happen. People are going to lose their fucking collective shit. The liberals are going to go crazy on CNN, and the conservatives are just going to be like, oh, okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Le Pen 2017. How do I think Gary Johnson or Jill Stein would fare if either became president? I think Weed would already be illegal, would already be pushed through in terms of ending it as ending the DEA's attack on it and making it more of a legal tax thing. And that'd be about it. I don't think either one of them would be really committed to being president. Whereas if Bernie Sanders is president, shit, man, like that fucker's out there like every day talking about stuff, right? I watch a lot of interviews with Bernie Sanders, and I still like the guy. I still think he should have been president. Every time I see an interview with Bernie, I'm like, it should have been Bernie. Because Bernie got fucked over. He did. He got fucked over pretty hardcore. You guys can't really disagree with that, whether you are Democratic or conservative. He got fucked hard by the DNC. And as a result of that, he's still out there fighting every single day. And so I'm telling you, man, Bernie 2020, it may not be Bernie 2020, but I think it's either going to be Elizabeth Warren or Bernie are going to be the top two. They're going to be pushed through. But it may not be Bernie because he's done with the Democrats. But Elizabeth Warren hasn't ruled it out. In fact, she was on Bill Maher last night, and Bill Maher floated the idea, and she didn't give a response one way or the other, which actually is a very telling thing. Her not giving a response to that simply points out that that there's probably a consideration there. And as a result of that, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. So no, no, Bernie, I don't think Bernie fucked up. Bernie got fucked hardcore. And here's, okay, let me just put this to bed right now in case anyone in I haven't read the chat yet. I don't know if anyone said it yet, but they go, Bernie bought a fucking third house. Let's put that shit to bed. Okay, Bernie bought another house, but he sold one house that was his wife's family's house to pay for the new house, which, shocking, and please brace yourself for this, is generally how you tend to do things when you are looking to move from one domicile to another, right? You're going to sell it so you can move into the other one and you can pay for the other one. And that's what happened. But people who were like, you know, and I'm pretty sure this came out of the DNC. They're going like, oh no, Bernie bought a third house. And you see people talk about that shit all the fucking time. He comes up in conversation all the time. Oh, well, Bernie just sold out, got a third house from the Democrats. That never fucking happened. But it's again, that's fake news that's been pushed around. And no matter how much you try to tell people that it's horseshit, that it never happened, they're like, I don't want to believe you. But it's very indicative of where we are as a society in terms of how we process the news. When you get news and it's not factual and people still come back with, I don't believe you. Well, that's how Trump got elected. Oh, God. Bernie, no. Bernie did not suck on Hillary's rotten cock. Bernie had made it abundantly clear. He was only supporting Clinton because he didn't want Trump to win. He made that clear multiple times. And he leveraged his support in order to change Hillary's mind on a few key issues in order to placate his particular, or to bring about his base that didn't want to vote for her, right? What they should have done is DNC should have realized that Bernie was the better choice and run him. But they didn't, because Clinton was, meant to be the great white hope for the Democratic Party after Obama. And I will say this too. So as much as I liked Obama, he fucked up a lot. And by the end, by the last couple of years of the presidency, like anything after the 2012 election, I feel like he stopped engaging. I feel like he stopped really pushing towards the American people and started really kind of giving in to the whole like celebrity culture of things, and like trying to do certain things, which I think he accomplished. But it wasn't really about the American people at that point in time. And I think he pushed a lot of identity politics there towards the end, and I wasn't a fan of him. But that being said, I do believe that if he was able to run for a third term, he probably would have won. So, Myers, whatever, that's not even accurate, because you're not even refuting what I'm saying. You're just saying I'm turning into a crybaby. I'm not turning into a crybaby at all. Like, you're not even refuting what I'm saying. So until you can provide evidence to the contrary, eat a dick. So Milo 2020, yeah. You'd have to get what's worse? Climate skeptics or flat earthers? Oh God, probably climate skeptics. You can laugh at flat earthers. Climate skeptics have the ability for their fucking for their nonsense to spread. It's just ridiculous. Naked Ape 2020. That would be interesting. Naked Ape running for office. So flat earthers need to be gassed. Have I checked out Tulsi Gabbard? I have not. Pizza or chicken wings? Pizza. Unless it's chicken tendies. Nah, still pizza. The earth is flat, you're just a roundest. Nice. Alex Jones for president. I would argue that Alex Jones wouldn't run for president, but I would say Alex Jones would definitely run for like maybe a senator or a representative position. I wouldn't even say like governor of Texas, but he probably would run for a state senator seat. And if enough of his voter base was in Texas, he might win. Beavis for president 2020. All right, it's right. We need the Cornholio. Harambe Naked Ape 2020. Make America ape shit again. Oh my God. Alex Jones would run for the car with his children. How many kids did he lose? I actually felt pretty bad for Alex Jones. But then he went out there and he did that press conference talking about like fucking animal Crimea or whatever the fuck it was. And I'm just like, all right, dude. You lost it. What's going on, Jim Stacy? How are you, man? Earth is a cylinder. It's a series of tubes. All right, okay, there we go. Commander Shepard for President 2020. It was funny too, is right now Sony, and I don't know if this is on Xbox as well or Steam. They've got Mass Effect Andromeda for like $40, like $42, I think, and it's just like, it's laughable to me. It's like, that's not a bad price, but I still don't want to pay that kind of money for that game. Anita Sarkeesian 2020. She's Canadian, so she can't run. She was born in Canada, so she can't run. Dislikes are larger than the chance of Trump making America great again. So it's official, Matt's a flat earther and a climate denier. Yeah, that's totally. Hold on. Got to make sure it's double so people know that clearly this means white power now, which it doesn't. Says someone saying, okay, we live in a weird fucking world. Jim 2020. God damn, what the fuck has he been up to lately? I know he's doing streams, doing videos all the time, but I think that's actually hurting Jim, to be honest with you. Because lately his content has been either hit or miss. Some of it feels very organic and feels very funny. Other things he's been doing has been kind of, I feel like it's kind of forced. And I'm not to say like I'm not criticizing him. I like his content, but I feel like ever since he went on the Patreon train and started like holding himself to a schedule, some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. But that being said, the dude is a fucking force of nature. I'll tell you that. And I got a lot of respect for Jim, even if he makes fun of me sometimes. There we go. There's my water. Sarkeesian Cruz 2020 Make America Canadian. That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. Porcelain, Jim mentioned this a while ago. Like there was something he talked about his health or something. Or no, like his computer had like died and he didn't have enough money to like fix it or something. And I think everyone was like, dude, just fucking like open up a PayPal donation link and people will send you money to fix your computer. And then he's like, no, my pride won't allow me to do this. And then here it is a couple years later, and he opens up a Patreon and people were sending me messages, and that happened too. They were just like, do you feel pretty good about it, don't you? You feel pretty good about Jim doing that. And I'm like, no, man, the motherfucker should have done it years ago. Right? I'm a person who makes my living on YouTube. I'm a person who makes my career talking about shit I find on the internet. Other people who do it too, who are good at it, I want to see them make money and have a career, And so Jim's anti-money fucking mentality for a while, I think, was just, it was always going to come to this point one way or the other, I think. I'm not mocking him as a result of doing it. I even said when somebody sent me the link, I said it's about goddamn time. And everything else, and I wish him the best of luck. If I'm ever in Forest, wherever the fuck he lives at, then I would gladly hit him up and say, hey, you want to get a beer? So, Infinity Meister, that's a great one. Trump's been in office for 100 days, comma. Here's how Bernie can still win. That's good, man. That's good. That's fucking funny. What's my opinion of 9/11? It's a horrible thing. I somehow what other opinions can I have? It's horrible that it happened. 2,997 people died that day in an attack perpetrated by many Saudi Arabians. But yet we invaded another country based on bad intel and murdered about 180,000 of their civilians. I don't feel good about any of that, to be honest with you. I'm not sad that that Osama's dead. I'm not sad that Saddam is dead. I feel bad, though, for the innocent people that were suffering at not only their hands, but a lot of what happened in the later days of the war in terms of the drone strikes and shit. We mark it up, or we chalk it up to collateral damage. But at the end of the day, you see a number on the screen, this amount of people dead, and you kind of go, wow, that sucks. But then you think, like, what if that was someone I knew, or what if that was someone like I was related to, or what if that was me? And, at the end, on a public level, you're just relegated to a statistic. And that's the sad thing. Oh, Jack says, fuck. Let's see. Another stream, another drop in the tip jar. This is exactly what I need after a tough day at work. Hope your weekend is going well so far, Matt. Another 1,361 days of Trump Russia to go. Yeah, 1,361. Woo, that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now, 1,361. I know people are going to be mad at me for making jokes about Trump. Christ, here's the deal. Just this let you guys know, like, how little of a fuck I give right now in terms of dislikes or people unsubbing. I did a video, a stream on Easter, said Happy Zombie Jesus Day. I got called a hateful atheist and 150 people unsubscribed. So honestly, at this point, fuck them if they can't take a fucking joke. That's just the way I see it. But that being said, we have a long time left with Trump. And I want him to do well. But it's going to require him to surround himself with better people. People who understand government. Not his daughter, not his son-in-law, not Bannon, not Reince Priebus. All right, people who actually like work together. Because here's the thing that pisses me off the most, and this angers me the most. One of the best things Trump said during the campaign, right? One of the best things that Trump said was that like we need somebody to go into a room, grab the Democrats, grab the Republicans, drag them to the table, and force them to talk. We absolutely need that right now, and we have not been getting it. We haven't been getting it at all. We've been getting, I'm going to come after you if you don't vote for this bill, right? So like that's what angers me. It's like where is the accountability for all the shit that he says? You know? I mean, like, where's the accountability for any of it? Give me accountability and my respect level goes up by like a shitload. But there's no accountability. The 100 days thing. Oh, well, it's just a meaningless mark that you propagated multiple times. And yet here we are with the only thing that's really been accomplished, I guess policy-wise, would be Neil Gorsuch. But there's other things he's done that's okay. I did watch his stream today. He talked about like helping some people get out of jail in a Middle Eastern country, and that's good on him. So I'm not saying he's an evil dude. I don't think he's evil. I don't think he's racist. I don't think he's sexist. I don't think he's qualified. And that's a big problem. You know, because you want qualified motherfuckers doing the job. There's no real on-the-job training for being a president. You know, you will maybe a little bit of training. I'm pretty sure he shadowed Obama a couple days. You know, walking in there and Obama's like, all right, Donald, here's your name tag. Here's your notebook and a pen. Take notes, Donald. Learn, Donald. And Donald's like, I know this. I can't do a Trump well. I can't do a Trump well at all. But the point is, it's like, there has to be some kind of accountability. And that's going to come from his base. Those of you, the 88 of you, 89 of you now, that have thumbs down this video, you're his base. Why aren't you holding him accountable for things that he says? And you can't call it fake news. Some of it, yeah, some of it's been overhyped, let's be fair, okay? But not all of it is a lie or fake news. But it's up to you to rein him in. And what you did, essentially, is you took a person who was wholly unqualified for this job, but spun a good game of bullshit. You handed him the keys to the castle, and then you said, fix everything for me. And then get mad when people ask you to hold your fucking person accountable. Right? Because it was the other way around when Obama was there. But conservatives were like, well, I didn't vote for him, so why should I have to do nothing? You voted for him, he's your president. No, motherfucker, he's our president. He's our president. But he doesn't listen to people who didn't vote for him. He said multiple times he is here to serve the people who voted for him. Now, that might just be a gaffe, a misspeak, so on and so forth, but he still said it. And he never really corrected it. So that's the issue here, is you guys have got to hold him accountable, which we're not really seeing, which is unfortunate, because that's who he's going to listen to. One of the reasons why I'm actually totally on board with like Kushner being around is I feel like Kushner and Ivanka do feel like the most moderate, level-headed people that are even around the White House right now. Also, where's Kellyanne Conway been? Anyone know that? I think he's got her locked up in the dungeon under the West Wing, you know, where Clinton held his girls. But yeah, we haven't seen Conway. We have not seen Conway at all. All right. Actually, God Emperor Trump is no longer going to kill NAFTA. At least not right now. Not right now. He did call and talk to the president of Mexico and Trudeau, and they were like, hey, man, NAFTA's cool. And Trump's like, you're right. NAFTA is cool. It's cool, dog. It's cool. Like, there's a lot of that, you know? Okay, if Trump wasn't a globalist, most was, you know, okay, no, I'll agree. What's my favorite 4chan board? Oh, God, I'm going to catch so much shit for this one. It's Poll. I like Poll. Not everything. Not everything. The blatant racism kind of drives me up the wall, actually. But I get it. It's 4chan, you know. But polls just where the crazy shit goes down. I used to love B back in the day. I fucking loved B back in the day. B was where you would go and you'd find all the hot memes, right? You'd find all the good R34. You'd find a whole bunch of cool shit. And then it just gradually turned to shit. You go on there now and you might find a random you Raf, you Ruse thread, and it's the same memes you've seen 100 times for the past decade, right? That or it's like Bailey J porn, and it's, you know, it's nowhere near what it used to be. But poll at least keeps things exciting, because you never quite know what you're gonna get when you go to poll. You never quite know what kind of shit is gonna be there. And there was a time a few months ago where people were making daily threads on poll about me, you know, and it was more of like a trying to get poll to attack me mentality. Like I noticed that it was like, isn't this guy the most red-pilled motherfucker on the internet, sort of thing, and trying to get people to come after me. I thought it was pretty funny because no one took the bait. There's a reason why my name is Mundane Matt. Some people think I'm kind of mundane. Works out. Okay. Someone started a Matt thread on poll. Go. Yeah. Thoughts on those Antifa recently exposed dressing up as skinheads at Berkeley? I didn't see that, actually. Because I've been in the process of moving and everything, I'm kind of behind. And then doing the Mundane Matt show has been fucking hard, because I'm so used to doing like 3 videos a day on various subject matters, and then now I'm like trying to scale it back into like one. And it's a little long. 27 minutes for the other day was a little long. I'm trying to like scale it down. I'm trying to get it to 15 minutes. That is going to be tough for me. Like, I might actually, oddly enough, feel like an editor would be perfect for that, because I don't moderate myself in that regard. I just go. I'm out there. I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna go. And that can get me in trouble if I'm talking a lot about a subject and it runs on for like 9-10 minutes. It could be its own video, but instead I'm like trying to put it into other stuff. It's tough. I was gonna joke and say, like, I don't know how Philly D does it, and I'm like, oh wait, no, he has editors. He has editors. So I mean, if I could shoot the video and then like upload it to like Google Drive and then have someone edit it together and like make it look all nice and pretty, then that might be something. But that's a lot of work in a day, especially still doing the 3 Buck Theater stuff. So my days are definitely new. I'm trying to figure it all out. And the reason why I'm doing the Mundane Matt show as being a long thing is because I'm trying to build that audience up, you know. And who knows? It might go to shit. It might go back. But I figured that if I do the 3 Buck Theater stuff and I do that, I can still leave some room for streaming. And so I have a lot of fun streaming. Especially when I'm looking for Slender Grill, which I said I was going to do tonight. I was going to go out and do tonight, but it's pouring rain outside right now, and it would echo too much. So I'm in my office. Smoke meth, don't sleep. Yeah, I mean, I could smoke some meth and don't sleep. I like sleep, so there's that. Fallout 3, have I played it? I played it in 2008 when it came out. I just never actually beat it. With Bethesda games, I will invest hundreds of hours and never actually touch the main quest. In Oblivion, I've only done the quest. Literally, I'm not even kidding you. Okay, so you get out of the sewer and you go find like the monk or whatever, the friar. And then that friar is like, you need to go to the city and go talk to this pendejo. And I'm like, on it, boss. And then I walk out and someone's like, hey, can you help me do something real quick? And I'm all like, yeah, I got time. And before I know it, I'm like all the way across the map, you know, with like a level 100 fucking wood elf that's like a master fucking archer. And I'm like, oh, right, I still have to go to that main goddamn quest line, you know. And I'm like, oh, and then it's like, by that point, I've already put in 100 hours in the game. And then I've honestly never beat a Bethesda game, and I feel bad about that. Like Fallout 4, I have the season pass for, as I bought it before they upped the price to like fucking $40. When I got it when it's like 25 or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, I need to get into Fallout 4. I thought about doing that tonight. I was like, I could totally do a Fallout 4 stream and just play Fallout 4 and talk to people for a couple hours and do it that way. But I'm still trying to like find time to play this. I got this the other day, so still trying to find time to play that. Morrowind is the best Bethesda game. Yeah, I was really pissed off in Oblivion when you couldn't doom your world. I was super pissed off when it's like, you just knocked someone unconscious. No, motherfucker, I don't want to knock someone unconscious. I want to beat their fucking ass to death. That's why I can make choices in this game and completely doom my world. But I want the choice of dooming my world, goddammit. Seraphine, I probably will one of these days. We'll do Fallout 4. Just start over from the beginning. So that's going to be fun. So I've lost about 25 subscribers since the stream started. So that's fine. It's fine. That cracks me up. Hey, what's going on, Riley? How are you? So, join the PC Master Race. Yeah, I need to. I mean, I was playing Hatred the other night on stream. I was like, fuck you, Twitch. I'm playing this on YouTube. Because it's not that bad of a game in terms of violence, you know. Oh, hey, Kai. Thanks for coming in. I'm glad you like the channel. Yes, gaming in progress. I have PC Master Race, but I don't play it. I do. I've got a 4 gig graphics card. I've got an i7 processor, 16 gigs DDR4. I can do a fair amount of shit. I just don't. Yeah. You want more Jarbo as a redneck? Oh, you want more? You want more hillbilly hunt, huh? Okay, so Seraphine asks, what do subscribers actually mean? Don't you get money from views? Yes, that's true. I get money from views. Subscribers, okay. The best way to describe subscribers, besides being awesome people who like to watch the content and be informed of when that content goes live, subscribers really work best in terms of looking at them as social currency. Okay, so the view count on my channel is still, even during this whole adpocalypse shitsole, I'm still getting like 50, 60,000 views a day, right? Which is what I was getting before and everything else. And so you've got like that, got 50, 60,000 views a day. And that's where the money comes in from. Now, granted, it's like not a lot right now. And I'm not even kidding when I say this. YouTube Red has actually started to catch up to the ad revenue. And some days absolutely surpassing it, which makes me just chuckle, because about 6 months ago, YouTube Red was like, it was there, but it was just like not even comparable. So that's showing me that, one, people are using YouTube Red, and two, the ads are down bad. But anyway, so a lot of people, when it comes to subscribers, look at subscriber count as your social currency, meaning they look at your subscriber number and they assign a value level to it. So let's say, for example, I've got 136,000 subscribers. And I'm currently engaged in a debate with somebody with, let's say, 200,000 subscribers. Now, my argument may be, and I'm just going to argue and say my argument's more factual than the other person's argument, but depending on who you talk to, they'll look at our subscriber numbers and assign the importance of value on that person's opinion more so than the other person. So I could be saying, water is wet, the sky is blue, and someone with 200,000 subscribers could be like, nah, fuck that, dude, the earth is flat. Water is clearly dry, and the sky is actually, chartreuse, right? And even though those are not true, there are people out there that would look at that subscriber count and go like, oh yeah, no, clearly they have more subscribers. They are clearly more important of a person. Therefore, their opinion means more. And not everyone thinks that way, but I've met a lot of people that do. That will sit there and go, what the fuck do you know? You've only got X amount of subscribers. And that's where the social currency comes into it. So ultimately, as much as I'd love to have 200,000, 500,000, 1 million subscribers, because I want 1 million subscribers, I want to get that plaque. It's at the end of the day, it's really not going to matter as much as you might think. So that's what a lot of it boils down to. It's one of the reasons why people will also use subscriptions as a weapon. I'm not even kidding you either. People will use subscriptions as a huge weapon. They'll sit there and go like, well, I mean, if you don't change your opinion on this, I'm going to unsubscribe. I get that a lot, right? I get that a fuckload. People will like use it as like as a weapon because they know that we as YouTubers, we like subscribers, because subscribers, again, kind of assign that value level. And so a lot of people look at it like that. And it's unfortunate because that's not the way it should be looked at. But again, I know people too that will outright refuse to tell you what they really think because they are afraid of pissing off their subscribers. They're afraid of that. So they are very much held hostage by these people that they'll never meet, for the most part, that have no impact on their day-to-day life, for the most part, but they are just beholden to them in terms of an opinion. I'm not. I don't care anymore. You know, and it's not that I'm not loving the fact that people subscribe. I love it. I think it's awesome. You know, if you watch, it's fucking cool as shit. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to have to be me. I still have to give you my opinion. And if I start kowtowing to a vocal minority of people that want me to change my opinion because they don't agree with it, then is that really me, you know, adhering to my core belief of free and open speech? No, it's not. It's me kowtowing to people based on an arbitrary number that it doesn't really have any impact on how well you do. That's just how it is. It's just used as a value. So it kind of sucks like that. Matt sucks the cocks off a cat. No. No, Crazy Sean, I've said that. People are like, I'm going to unsubscribe. And I'm like, all right. Peace. Whatever. Like when I changed formats last week, and I announced it, I said, look, if you want to unsubscribe because it doesn't fit the kind of format you're looking for or whatever, it's all good. It's fine. You can go ahead and leave. There's no harm, no foul. I'm not upset, nothing like that. And that's just the truth. I'm not upset. I don't necessarily, nothing I can do about it for one. So why should I feel upset that you want to leave? And then like usually the next day I get more subscribers. So it's kind of like, it is what it is. Yeah, hold on. I wish that what you just said about your subscribers had been the whole entire content. You know, yeah. I shot that one. I was angry when I shot that one. I'm not going to lie. That was when the whole Dear White People controversy had happened back in February. And like Baked Alaska was like, Netflix, why are you supporting my genocide? Which is a load of shit. And I called them out for it, and I lost like 500 subscribers in a day. And someone on Twitter said to me like, you know, oh, Matt and his audience are totally like just not connected anymore. And I'm all like, fuck you. Like, I don't owe you anything. So, yeah, it's probably a lot more authentic. It's been a few months. I made that video kind of in some anger, and some frustration. So it may not have been as, you know, I've had time to process, digest, and reevaluate my opinion. What do I think of Sargon's new video? I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. Will Trump get a second term? Hopefully not. And so I love how you say that. Hold on. What's this? I love how you say what you want. A lot of things have been realized through you. Can you elaborate on that one, Kai? Thank you. What do I think of Shadow of War? Oh my God, I want Shadow of War. I want the Nemesis system back so fucking bad. I love Shadow of Mordor. Like, I love that fucking game. And the Nemesis system is one of the coolest things that have come out of gaming in a long time. And then I feel like Warner's just fucking sat on it, right? Because the Nemesis system in Shadow of Mordor is cool. It is cool. But imagine the Nemesis system in a Batman Arkham game. Imagine it. Seriously, that shit's fucking amazing. Right? You're taking on some random thug, some up and comer from the street. He whoops your ass. Right? Now, if you take down the Batman, you automatically going to get a lot more street cred, which means that whoever your preferred boss is going to rise you up through the ranks and shit. Now, all of a sudden, you stronger, you tougher, you more badass. When Batman comes back, you might whoop his ass one more time, right? Like the Nemesis system works in Mordor. It is designed for Batman. Well, I'm glad you're watching the stream and drinking a bottle of Makers. I am on the stream and I'm drinking some smart water because my girlfriend's out with my car and I can't go get what I want, which is like a tea. Do I have a favorite video game, Coal Miner? As I've said before, I have many games that I love. If you want to chalk it up to hours invested, mine would be Grand Theft Auto 4, which today, I believe today, is the 9th anniversary of GTA 4. The 9th anniversary of that fucking game. I've put well over 500 hours in that game. Well over. I mean, I loved GTA. And it wasn't even like I did everything in the game. I didn't 100% that shit. I loved fucking with the mechanics. One of the things I loved to do in that game was to go and get people arrested. Oh, thank you very much, Seraphine. Well, good on you. I enjoy hearing you more reflective and genuine expression from you. We got in the previous video. Hold on. Shit, it went up. Rage and fear about the mind killer and take the balls off legitimacy. I agree. It's definitely, you know, like it's not hard. It's not hard when you're doing YouTube videos to get like frustrated and mad about shit, right? Because like I'm still, no matter what, I'm still a person. Maybe a shitty person, but I'm still a person. And so it's kind of like you sometimes it just days are not good, and it's everything. Other things get compiled and shit. And then there's like it just, you know, you say things a few months later, you might have time to reflect it, and then, you know, I might make an update video to that for the vlog channel. Granted, I just did a Mundane Match Show episode, or it's a Mundane Life on there. So, but I'm behind on that channel. Really behind. Let's see. Happy birthday, Nico! Yep. So, let's see here. There's still time for the meteor. No. Although the meteor might actually really just be a code name for the ICBM coming out of North Korea. So there's that. Grill waifu is the best waifu. Oh my god! I need to buy a grill for my backyard, for my back patio, and then just like have it be black and then paint like a suit on it. That's what I need to do. Just slender grill, you know, and have that there. Some people want to put that on a t-shirt. Like, put it on a t-shirt. I'm like, how the fuck? I need to have a fucking image for that. So Matt, we squatting tonight? Squatting? Are you talking about like the squatty potty? I don't know. Oh, you're still waiting to get Duke Nukem Forever? It's been out for 6 years. It came out June of 2011, if I recall correctly. So you can go get Duke Nukem Forever. That's why I got this Bulletstorm has got the Duke Nukem World Tour. That one I'm looking forward to play. That one I want to play because I loved you know John St. John as Duke Nukem. So the Slav Squad, yeah, fuck. Oh god, that guy. Loving those Wendy's memes. Wendy's memes are on point, always on point. Honestly, if there was a World War III, I wouldn't pay my college debt. You're not the only one to think that, Kai. You are not the only one to think that, period. There are so many people out there that would like, war, if I cannot pay my goddamn debts, I'm happy. Take out the banks. What we need is the ending of Fight Club, right? To wipe out all credit, right? To wipe out all debt and everything. That's what we need. What's your stand name? What do you mean? What's my stand name? I don't know that one. Who's a dumber YouTube celebrity, Anita Sarkeesian or Matt Pat? I like Matt Pat. I think I mean, I think both are intelligent, to be honest with you, but I would say Anita's far more cunning. Matt actually legitimately likes what he does, and he puts in a lot of time and effort into his shit, but Anita makes like $500,000 a year by just going on the internet and saying, somebody said mean things to me. Money, please. Money, please. So, clearly, Matt Pat. Do I have a podcast? The Cryptarch, you can kind of say that maybe the Mundane Match is a podcast. On my vlog channel, I do It's a Mundane Life, so I kind of talk about my own life, what's going on there. The Boy Dragon, I know I'm going to like Duke's Bulletstorm Tour. Bulletstorm is a great fucking game, by the way. It's a great game. People Can Fly did a good job. I would love a sequel, but we're never going to get it. So, Well, what do I think about Orange is the New Black ransom thing? It's like I was saving that story for Monday's episode of the Mundane Match Show. Yeah, that's a fucking amazing story in my opinion. Because because they are releasing the episodes. It's not like they're like, tee hee hee, we have them, hee hee hee, we're gonna lie and say that we have them, we get money. They dropped them. I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped the whole fucking season, right? Like if they drop everything, just to fuck with Netflix. But the thing is, though, Netflix isn't going to be hurting from it. People, you know, like a lot of people who, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they would get pretty fucked with that. So should we take in Kek Fugees? Well, you know, the proud people of Kekistan have had a tough time recently. And by the power of Kek, they will be protected, hopefully, by the United States of America under the President Pepe Trump. And so, yes, I do believe that we could probably up our Kek Fuji. There's got to be a better name for that, man. That gets caught on your tongue. Have I tried Crossout? I haven't. No, I haven't tried that one yet. Am I going to buy the new DC streaming site? No. Am I excited for more Twin Peaks matches? I never saw Twin Peaks. Never seen it. So, no. But I want to see it. So, are we all going to hell? Yes. Yes, we are. What do I think about the new 2DS XL? All right, I'm going to talk about this on Monday in the show as well. That is as much as, okay, I'm torn. One, I wanted that in the first place because honestly, the 3D in the 3DS was bunk and it was just gimmicky and I just never fucking used it. Never mind the battery life was shit, both with and without it, but it was a little better without it. The 2DS seemed like a cool idea at the time. You know, it was a tablet with a shell around it and it was under $100. But the 2DS XL seems pretty dope. But unless it's not going to, I don't even know if it's going to increase the battery life or anything else. But clearly Nintendo is just, it's a fuck up too. Nintendo has the Switch. It's a goddamn portable. You cannot run two portables on the market at the same time. It doesn't matter if one is a console and one is a portable or handheld. They can both still be used while you're on the toilet. So the idea there would be to drop the 3DS brand, to fucking gradually run its course, let it, you know, go out of existence, and then bring in the Switch and make that your fucking only play. Because the Switch is still selling the fuck out. The 3DS has been on the market for a number of years. Everyone who's going to get one has fucking gotten one. And the sales have slumped. The 2DS is not going to make it spike like they want it to. And I think it's a dumb play. I get why it exists, but I think it's a dumb play. Did I hear the rumor of the Switch Mini? I heard the rumor of that. I'm not too sure it's going to happen just yet, to be honest with you. So it could happen. I don't know. If you're on the toilet that long, I recommend you take fiber supplements. Instead of a fiber supplement, I would recommend a Squatty Potty, to be honest with you. I've been using one now for about a month, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not bad. So, let's see. Oh, hey, Derek. Yeah, I saw Jessica Jones when it came out. I liked it well enough. Not enough to where I thought it needed a second season, or not enough to where I'd want to watch it again. But I really enjoyed the villain. Kilgrave was great. Best villain to come out of Marvel ever, in my opinion. It's like Kilgrave, fucking Kingpin. Both of those villains are prime badass characters. But Jessica Jones herself is kind of a one-shot. Kind of like Luke Cage is a dope character, but the villains in Luke Cage, like Diamondback was a shitty villain, and that was a really horrible waste of the last half of that season. Was they really kings? Sorry, was they really Kangs? In their own mind, sure, maybe, you know, history tells us something entirely different. So there's that. Oh, hi, Demon Crazy. How's it going in Mexico City? I hear that place can be pretty crazy at times. Do I support the wall? No, I do not support the wall. The wall is a horrible idea that will cost this country, not your country, this country, billions and billions and billions of dollars to accomplish the same thing that using that money to hire more fucking border patrol agents and maybe drones would actually get the job better. Considering the fact that most of the drugs that come in from your country to mine come in at checkpoints, that's the wall is not going to stop that. You know? And never mind the fact that right now, too, cartels are using underwater submersibles that are nigh indetectable. They're using catapults in some cases, and they're using drones to fly drugs over the border. So a wall is just going to be like, oh, cool. Now we have a reason to fly that drone a little bit higher. Now we have a reason to get that catapult. You know, it's ridiculous. The only way the wall would work is if it shot lasers straight the fuck up like 1,000 feet. A minefield is cheaper than a wall. True. A minefield is cheaper than a wall. Carrie M. The wall loves you, Matt. Be one with the wall. If I was stoned out of my ass, maybe. Catapulting Mexicans over the wall. This gigantic trebuchet comes up to the border and they get in. They have parachutes and shit. Although, let's be fair, they probably don't have parachutes in Mexico. It would just be like sheets. Just hold on real tight. You'll land fine. Should we build a Death Star? One day, we probably will. Do I prefer the dark side over the wall? Fucking computer. Come on, monitor. Okay. Trump sucks because he's starting to fuck with Canada now. Yeah, fucking with Canada makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. Like, this makes no sense. Instead of a wall, you suggest a maze. Yeah, me a long ass maze. Fuck it, let's start the Galactic Empire. Well, according to a lot of the leftists out there, a lot of the lefty movie bloggers, the alt-right is the fucking Galactic Empire. Death Star runs on 64 gigabytes of RAM. Instead of a wall, we build Westworld. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you could go to a place like Westworld and have indiscriminate sex with multiple robots that are lifelike as hell and not worry about getting diseases or pregnant. Yeah. Wait, okay, did anyone ever ask themselves that question too? Like, no one used condoms, clearly, in Westworld. The idea there was you could fuck a robot and not get the robot pregnant, right? Or not have any consequences. But if enough people fuck that robot, would there be a possibility of transference of STDs? Because I know, like, at the end of the day, they go and they kind of clean everything out. But did they just get in there with like a fucking a douche every single day and like just constantly flush out with like spermicide and antibacterial soap and everything else? Like, they never really addressed how they handled hygiene in that particular regard. They never really addressed that at all. I might have to try to write Jonathan Nolan and ask him those questions. The fake skin is probably antibiotic and absorbent. Probably. But they never really discussed how the interior of the vagina or the anal cavity felt like. Was that to be, like made of the same type of material? Or was it they just took basically the idea? I mean, people go there for the realism of it, so I'm pretty sure they designed the vaginas and the anal cavity to be very similar to that. I don't know. It's a question. Maybe Bill Nye can explain it to me. Bill Nye Saves the World, Season 2. Didn't he did a video, the science of Stranger Things. Well, why not like the sexual science of Westworld? Like how to protect from STDs. That's something Neil deGrasse Tyson maybe. No, he wouldn't do it. Maybe Bill Nye. Will I do a video in drag? Maybe. Yeah, I'll have to check out that Sam Harris thing, Bugsy. So, what did Izomo say here? I missed it. All right, 2B is the best robot waifu. Mundane Michelle. Yeah, that could be it. Bill Nye says we should punish people for having too many kids. Yeah, he's not really wrong in that one, to be honest with you. I mean, granted, look, Okay. Hear me out. From 1979 until 1999, our world population literally doubled from 3 billion to 6 billion. Okay, and then from 1999 to 2000 and I think 2010, it went from 6 billion to 7 billion, and now we're at 7.5 billion people, with roughly 80 million people being birthed every single day. With lifespans lasting longer, we're going to run into this real big problem of fucking overpopulation in certain areas, right? And we're already seeing in some societies the decline of people giving birth. I mean, look at like Japan. Right now, the government is literally begging young people to get married and fucking have kids, right? They're offering awesome tax incentives to pop out little uns because they know that their population is dwindling down. I believe Norway had a similar campaign a couple years ago to do the same thing because they were also running into the same problem of just a diminishing, like new population. And so that's the birth rates are down in those countries. Now, what we're going to see, and we've seen like in some respects, the birth rate start to slow down, but is it enough? And I met this guy, this is kind of weird. Met this dude, 2012, at the American Film Market, right? I'm in Santa Monica, at the Santa Monica Hotel. Nice hotel, lovely hotel. Met this dude. This dude was highly respected by everyone there. The hotel staff knew him. All the filmmakers there knew him. Everyone knew this dude. They all respected and revered him. Him and I sat down and started talking, right? They're trying to introduce me to him. We sit down, we start talking, and this guy apparently has a military background, something hush-hush. They wouldn't tell me what it is. But like I said, everyone there absolutely respected the shit out of this guy. And he would sit down in the center of the lobby, and people would just congregate around him. And it wasn't just like up and coming filmmakers. He would legitimately walk in to like some of the back rooms where some of the bigger name people were, and they all knew him too. This dude, as far as I could tell, was legit in terms of his respect level. I don't know what the fuck he did, how true it was. But we start talking world population numbers. And he kind of leans in and he goes like, what if I told you that in the next 5 years, 2.5 billion people are going to die, but none of them would be anyone you knew or cared about? How would that make you feel? That was a really weird question to ask. And my honest to God response was, I don't know. I don't know how I would feel. Because it's so fucking weird. I can't really fathom like 2.5 billion people dying just like that, but have it not be anyone who I know or care about, which then got me thinking about who it could possibly be. Well, it wouldn't be anyone in this country, right? We're probably going to be talking other side of the world. We're going to be talking, parts of Africa probably, or parts of the Middle East, and or maybe like Pacific, like maybe like Indonesia, Philippines, that area. There was lots of like, earthquakes and tsunamis and shit. But here's the other thing with that too. Did you know right now that the last pocket of like truly untouched natural resources on the planet is in Nigeria, is in Western Africa, right? So that whole region. And that area is so fucking just torn to shit in terms of warlords and poverty and a lot of other things, that's kind of where my mind went when I thought about this a few months ago, is like that region where there's natural resources that are going to be up for grabs, right? Remember Coney 2012, that whole thing when that thing went down, right? The guys behind it, the Invisible Children people, they were like, Obama, send the military to Africa, hunt down Coney. Never mind the fact he had been largely inactive in years, but they still wanted to hunt him down anyway. I mean, I understand it. So Obama sent 100 people to Uganda, I think is where it was. Sent like 100 people out there. I never heard what came out of that. I never heard what came out of that at all. I never heard anything of it. So I can't tell you what they accomplished. I mean, ultimately, Coney still hasn't been caught, so they clearly didn't do anything. And now Invisible Children, for all intents and purposes, is pretty much kaput. Probably due to the fact that they got a lot of money and they blew it. I think also because the Coney 2012 blew up as big as it did, but then failed to garner any actual results. So just kind of like, but at the same time, when Obama sent those people there, I'd heard an interesting story too. The Chinese had started buying up large swaths of land in Eastern Africa, right? They were coming over and buying up lots of property. And again, I'm wondering too, is this because they're looking at it as the last bastion of natural resources that have been largely untouched? Now, Nigeria and that part of West Africa has like a lot of stuff there. That's going to be where like the next big war takes place. That's going to be the territory people are going to be controlling, which made me kind of chuckle. And this is more of like maybe an Alex Jones crazy tinfoil hat theory. It made me kind of chuckle to myself in a very kind of like, oh, maybe that would make some sense. During the whole time when the Ebola virus was being was breaking out there, part of me wondered briefly if it happened to be something that would be manufactured, thin out the population a bit, move in, take over. There's been no real moves on that area for a while, but I think eventually we're going to get to a point where that does become a very hotbed of contention between political groups. And when you start seeing our government turn its attention towards resources in Africa, then get ready for a huge bloodbath, because shit's going to go down. Because you're going to be looking at this place is going to be attacked from multiple fucking angles. You're going to get people coming in from the west, from the east, from the north, from the south, right? And, that's probably far off, but I think that's going to tie directly into population growth. If we are rumored to hit 9 billion people by 2050, we're running into some seriously tough shit. And we've got to find a way to get it under control with everything. But right now, we're not getting a lot of that because people keep wanting to say climate change isn't real. Global warming isn't real. All of these things aren't real. They're manufactured. They're fake. They're fake news. They're not fake news. You can sit there with a straight face and tell me that our impact on this planet is not felt in a major way. I don't believe it. I'm not saying that like everything that they've said is 100% legit. I understand that there are, we travel around the sun on like an oval. So some years it's closer, other years it's further out, so on and so forth, right? So some years it's going to be warmer, some years it's going to be colder, but there are things that are changing. Air quality is something that is bad in a number of places, and that is caused by a number of different factors. And there's a lot of problems when it comes to the environment. And shit we do need to fix. I don't know how, but we got to do it. Anyway, let me jump back over to the chat here. What do I think of the next what do I think the next Cold War could be like? Because what you sounds like that. Yeah, it could be. It could be. We're kind of already moving into a Cold War Part 2 with Russia anyway. So I'll have to wait to see how that plays out. Yeah, what that guy said was creepy as fuck, right? I haven't been back there since then. I haven't been back there because I moved out of LA like 2 months later, and I haven't gone back to the AFM. I'm hoping to go back some year. It won't be this year, but maybe like a couple years or whatever, and see if he's still there. How long do I think it will take for the Democrats to get enough dirt on Trump and impeach him? I'm gonna say 2018. When the Democrats have enough fucking pull in the House and Senate in order to be able to actually start the impeachment. But I think before it even got to that point, Trump would probably quit. Like, I'm pretty sure if they ever got something big enough on him, he'd pull a Nixon and just fucking bounce out. Expanded wealth due to globalism will lead to lower birth rates? Maybe. All right, time to focus on the chat more. All right, man. Night Bogsy, thanks for coming in, dude. You want me to tell you a bedtime story, mommy? Let me think of a bedtime story. Shit. This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. I can't think of anything right now. Nothing that'd be appropriate for bed. What's my stripper name? I don't know. If I was going to be a stripper, I'd probably try to think of the most obnoxious stripper name there is. Like Cristal, right? But I would probably call myself Bidet. Like, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bidet. They come out there just like twerking and twerking. It'd be nothing but butt play. Something I'm personally not into, but we're all playing here. Was my Patreon stream successful? We had like 6 people tune in, but then again, I that was for the patrons. That wasn't like I didn't blast the link out at all. So I kept it under wraps, and it was good. Next time though, what I'll do is I'll open it up for everyone to come in, and then the patrons will just have the hangout link. So, do you got that ass? I got that ass. I got that ass. Not really. It's kind of, I'm barrel chested, so it's kind of just a barrel with like a little butt. Matt's stripper name is Blueberry. I said bidet, like a bidet. Look up bidet. Look it up on the internet. If Pence ever becomes president, will the wall go up? No. Pence doesn't give a shit about that. If Pence becomes president, watch as gay marriage comes under attack. Mitzi Moore says, I have a vagina, so I'm going to need free links. I don't really know what your vagina has to do with anything. I mean, I'm happy you have one. I hope it's hygienically pleasing to your partner. But I don't know. What would I do if Keck spoke to me in a dream? I would just probably say Hitler did nothing wrong. So, you think so, Sleetskate? You think Trump only chose Pence as a VP so nobody would impeach him? So then what was up with John McCain picking Sarah Palin? I mean, that was clearly an establishment pick. So, when's the last time I shat my pants? The last time I really remember that was I was in 4th grade. I was really sick. I'd been bit by a water snake out at Mount Hood, and I got really, really, really ill, and it was like diarrhea for days, like literally 4 days. And I'm sitting in class, and I sneezed, and I basically sharted. But it was like a little more than a general shart. Like it was like gotta call my mom, hang out for a bit, try to keep it from dripping down my leg kind of shart. And that was a long time ago. They turned into the fucking snakes, guy. So, who should the Democrats nominate for the 2020 election? Bernie Sanders. Straight up. Why did RLM crop? Are we talking RLM Red Letter Media or like RLM Corp? Was that Richie? It was Rich from Review Text thing. So did I get my white privilege check? No, but I'm still forwarding my email, so it might come a little bit late. The white privilege really gets me through this dark time during YouTube adpocalypse, you know. Matt Bryce 2020, make America mundane again. Yeah, that's right. Well, I get in there like, hi, my name is Bryce. I'm going to be your vice president of fuck. That's right. Call it in. Call it into the gay vice president chat line. You can talk to me 24/7 as I slide your hard, thick, multi-layered sausage right up my keister. Remember, ribbed is preferred. Bryce out. That's what happened. I don't even know I was making that up as I was going along. I have no fucking idea. Oh, Bruce is better. Well, Bruce Campbell makes everything better. So there's that. The Trans-Pacific Partnership did nothing wrong. Yeah. Should North Korea bomb Portland first? Well, Luciano, I'm no longer in Portland. The answer clearly is no, but I'm no longer there, so I'd be okay. No, P. Ford. He does not have 3 houses. Bernie does not have 3 houses. I did cover that early in the stream. North Korea can't even bomb its own coast. Yeah, it's coast. Yeah, totally. I'm kind of surprised, like, Trump doesn't just send in like a clandestine, like a special ops force, like a Delta force to like, basically just fucking Osama bin Laden, Kim Jong-un, right? Like, I mean, there's enough war crimes there that we know for a fact he has done that would make like no one in the world like lose sleep over it. So there's that. But, I mean, clearly the successors to Kim Jong-un would be the problems. They would be the ones that would be like, launch the nukes or whatever. So then you have to take them out too. And then it'd really just be a whole case of taking out the entire upper leadership of the DP, was it the Democratic Republic of North, the DPRK, or DP, what is it the fuck it is? DP, is it DPRK? Democratic, what is this? Democratic People's Republic of Korea, there we go. I don't know why I kept fucking that up, but I did. So, yeah, we're waiting to see Bernie got what he deserved. Nah, he got fucked over. Do I think that ads for smaller creators would be sustainable, or Patreon is the only answer? Patreon is good if you can get it. But I mean, like, one of the things I've talked about, though, is it might get to a point with some people where they have to make a Sophie's choice. They have to pick who gets the money. Right, like they have to pick that shit, and that's a problem for them. They want to give to everybody, but they're kind of stuck in who they can choose. And so I think the ads will return. It's gonna return. Even like there was like any kind of ad boycott will eventually get overturned. Like, look at a bunch of people pulled out of Fox over Bill O'Reilly. They responded, got rid of Bill. The ads are gonna start coming back. Right, it'll happen here too. Just might take a little bit longer. So, yeah, I am Nizoro. It's pretty funny. RTU, Matt, I need a sex tape release date. God, we shot that thing one night and it was just insane. And it's kind of like, it's so intimate, so personal, so raw, so emotional. I mean, Rich cried. He cried when she pegged him. It was a heartfelt moment. You could tell he was just not happy. Yeah, you'd rather see a Boogie Matt sex tape. Well, I'm going to be meeting Boogie at VidCon. Oh, so here's what sucks with that. So, the guy I was going to VidCon with had to bail, and so I've got this really expensive hotel room. I'm trying to find someone else to go. So we'll see. Do I think Donald Trump smokes weed in the White House? No, I don't know. He's pretty straight edge, I would go as far as to argue that he probably doesn't even masturbate himself. He keeps that shit fucking like sterilized. Trump blazes at 420. Have I seen the Joy Sparkles videos on DO5? I have not. Trippy Pop. If you can email that to me, I check them out. How long is the writer strike going to last? Fuck, I don't know. The last one's for a couple months and shit. And this is over like $160 million, I heard. I have no idea what's going to happen with that. But as a writer, I fully support writers getting more money. I have been fucked over during most writing deals I've ever done, except for one. And so let me take you guys. Let me tell y'all a story. Somebody here wanted a bedtime story, so this might constitute as that. So let me take you back to the summer of 2010 or 2010. I was new in LA. First few months there, hadn't quite found a job yet. Right, was running low on my resources. Was desperately trying to find some work in the industry of some kind. Thought I had a lead on a job too. Thought I had a good lead. Going to be going to Idaho for 2 weeks to shoot a movie. Right, pay would have been $1,400. Fuck yeah, needed the money. Then I found out last minute that they cut me from the crew roster because they were looking to save some fucking money. So that sucked. So I'm sitting there going like, great, what am I going to do? Because my roommate, he went to Idaho. Fucker. So I'm on Craigslist. I'm looking around for some work. And I happen to come across an ad for someone looking to hire a freelance writer for E3. Now, E3 was the following week. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to E3. I always go to E3, right? I know how to get in for free. I've never paid to go. I'm always press. So I talked to this guy, and he was looking to get a website going that was all about Star Wars: The Old Republic. Now he said he didn't have the ability to get me press credentials into E3, but he was looking for somebody who could go. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm clearly gonna go, talk my way in. I'm pretty good at that. And so this guy was offering me a pretty solid amount of money. He had set up interviews through BioWare for me to go talk to people there. He wanted me to record the interviews, ask his questions, ask whatever questions I wanted, then go home and put it together in a 2,000 plus word article. He wanted 2 of them because I had 2 different interviews, so on and so forth. And so he was paying me 20 cents a word. 20 cents a word, and he wanted these things 2,000 words each, right? He also was paying me for my time to write the articles, my time to go to E3, and he's paying me like fucking $20 an hour. So I did this all like in a couple hours, really, and like I ended up making like $800 somewhere in there for like literally like 3 hours worth of work and shit. But what happened was, I get to the convention center, I go in, and I go in there and I present my business card, and I present one for my friend. And the lady there tells me, "Ooh, sorry, we're not doing any on-site registration this year. I'm sorry, we're currently at capacity." Yeah, we're so at capacity. And I'm like, "You guys aren't at fucking capacity. I've been here like so many times. Like, you're full of shit." She's like, "No, I'm sorry, we're at capacity. You're gonna have to come back later." And I'm like, "I have appointments to get to. I literally am being paid to be here." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." And I'm like, "You fucking cunt." All right. So I go outside, I'm freaking out trying to figure out what to do. I call my friend who worked for MundaneChats, and I'm like, "Sup, homie? Like, you here?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Fuck. Can you know anyone who can get me in for this interview I got to do?" And he's like, "Let me fucking find out." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm there with my buddy. My buddy's like, "Well, hey man, we'll just like hang out for a little bit," because he was from San Diego, and he's like, "I'll just go back to San Diego." And I'm like, "No, you're here. I don't see you very often." We're getting in. We're getting in. So I go back into the press room, the press registration room. I go find a different girl, right? Because cunt number 1 was gone. I talked to girl number 2. Girl number 2 is a lot more sympathetic. This was about an hour after the show had opened. So she basically was like, whatever, right? They weren't at capacity or nothing like that, that they were being more open with registration. So I said, "Okay, hey, I need to register my friend, my coworker, my associate here." And she, and I'd already kind of pre-registered in the system, but never finalized my registration, because that's how you do it. You go in there and you get it right to the end before you have to submit verification. You get your name in the system, and then you go to the desk while you're there and you present them with your verification. They don't ever double check. So you could literally just rip off a fucking review from somebody else's website, slap your letterhead on it, and take it in there. I didn't do that. I'm just saying that's an option because they don't check. So she tells me, "Can't get in," right? At capacity still. I'm like, "Come on, really?" And she's like, "Well, okay, I'll let you in. All right. I'll let you in because you are at least registered in the computer, but your associate isn't." And I look at him and he's like, "All right, dude, hey, look, you get in, that's fine, whatever. We'll just switch off and go and, and whatever." And I'm like, "Fine, fuck it, whatever." Because he was only going to stay for like the day or whatever. This is like my best friend, so I wanted to spend time with him. And I'm pissed off that it wasn't able to do so. So what happened was I go in the back. So I go around the back to where you fill in all your information and whatnot. Start filling in my information. There's an attendant there, some dude. And I look at him and I say, "Hey man, you ever have one of those days that just won't stop fucking you?" Right? And he's all like, "Yeah, I've been there, man." I'm like, "No, like," and I tell him the story. I'm like, "Look, we've got our credentials. Okay, like they're not letting us in. I don't understand why. I don't get it. They're being really, really, really unfair here. Here's my review. Here's my associate's review. Here's his business card. Here's a letter from our editor. Here's a copy of the business license." I mean, I go all out when I'm getting my way into E3. I know how to do it. And the guy looks at it all and he goes like, "That's just really weird." And he goes, "Okay, here's what I want you to do. Enter in your friend's information. Give me your paper. I'll enter in your information. And then I'll give you a badge." Badges to E3, by the way, this year they're $250. They're opening it up to the public. But before, it was $500 for a ticket. I don't have that kind of money. My friend had that kind of money. But this dude hooked us up. So I basically took the badge, popped it in my pocket, Walked out to the hallway, putting mine on. My friend is sitting there going like, yeah, man, you go in for an hour, come out. I'll go in for an hour, come out. And that's how we're going to play it. And I'm all like, no need, homie. Got you a badge, got you in. And so he went with me. We hung out all fucking day. We went to the second day as well. And he didn't want to go to the third, which I understand. E3 is not really as good as it used to be. He's been coming with me since 2006. Back when you could actually play games on the show floor. Now everything is like a 2-hour wait behind closed doors and shit. But yeah, we faked our way in. So, but yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right. Get something to drink here. Lashed, whatever. PAX is all right. It's a lot of the same problems. PAX is just way too many people and not enough games. All right. Let's see here. My monitor keeps shutting off. My tea is not here. So there's that. But oh shit, I've been on for 100 minutes almost. So I think I'm gonna wrap this thing up here in a few minutes. If you guys have any final questions, fire them out, and I'll do that. Do I hate Donald Trump? No, I don't hate Donald Trump. I just drank 150 water. Am I gonna spill the water on myself tonight? No, this isn't like the fucking carbonated. This is just regular old smart water. Go to the Anime Expo. I've been to the Anime Expo. Not for me. I went to the Anime Expo and I came in. I ran across like any of you guys ever heard of the cosplayer Adela? She would have been old school, like early 2000s. I went to high school with her. Ran into her there. Ran into another friend of mine there, and the guy ran up wearing like he had a Shota and Lolly paddle. Yeah. I looked at my buddy and I'm like, this isn't for me. This isn't for me. No. I won't ever go to that again. When am I porting the streams over to MundaneChats? Probably not going to port them over there. The other ones? I don't know. No, Porcelain, I'm not a weeb. I'm not a weeb. Did you divide by 0? No. Hold on, I didn't see Comic Exchange's request. I cannot Slav squat while twerking to the Globetrotters theme. I'm sorry. What's my fate? Why am I so mundane? I just think I am. Do I like Seattle's best coffee? Not a big Starbucks fan either. Can I do any tricks? I can do, okay, the only trick I can really do is my hands, like my fingers get like really loose, right? So I can go like this. Right? That's like not much of one, but I can. That's going to end up being a fucking meme or a GIF. Yeah. So, when's we Discord? I'll probably be chatting the Discord after this, just chit-chatting, just typing. Can I give myself a blowjob? No. I mean, every guy's tried. No. Surprising they've never actually worked on building a tool that would simulate a blowjob that a person can just give himself, you know? But anyway. The audio is so delayed. Yeah, it's a little delayed. You want Discord to come to the PS4? I agree. Can I still see my dick? Absolutely. Am I closet fury or furry? Nope. Will my old format return? Probably not, Ray, unless no one likes what I'm doing right now. So, do I still browse KA? Yeah, I browse KA like every day. If you could suck your own dick, or if you could suck your own dick, if you could, I'm assuming you're asking if I could suck my own dick, would I? Probably not. Have I ever been in a mosh pit? Yes. Um, what do I think about Mexicans? What I think about Mexico? I have no issue with Mexicans. I get their country sucks and they need to fucking fix it, but them fixing their country, sadly, is going to end up probably turning into our problem. And that has a lot to do, I think, with the cartels and the general corruptive nature of the government of Mexico, but it's one that they've effectively been allowed to, well, for one, create that reality over time, and two, it's not gonna be changed from within Mexico. You know what I mean? Given how much violence and bloodshed happens at the hands of the cartel, the only way that there might be an actual uprising to take back the country would be arming civilians, and that's illegal in Mexico. So there's that. I forget the other question. What do I think about North Korea? It sucks. So did I use the grapefruit technique? No, no, no. Yeah, we probably didn't. You know, the drug market definitely hurt it. I mean, if we legalized and taxed weed here in every country, and then maybe like decriminalized like cocaine or something, then that would definitely hurt. I don't think you can decriminalize cocaine, but it would definitely hurt them quite a bit. Yeah, Michelle, I agree. North Koreans have no idea what's going on. They get propagandized constantly. Do you think we're headed into World War III? No, I don't. I don't. North Korea won't start a World War III. No one is going to die for North Korea. Right? If Trump talks to President, was it Xi or Xi, whatever, from China, and it's just like, I'm a nuke them as a preemptive strike, they'll be like, well, okay. Like, is it really going to be worth China's trouble? I mean, they get coal from North Korea, but Trump could make a deal and say, well, we'll start manufacturing coal here and outsourcing it to you. So there's that. North Korea is the most unpopular kid in school. Absolutely. Absolutely. Could I explain MGTOW? Okay, so men going their own way, as far as I know, and I'm sure there are some MGTOW out there that would disagree with me on this one, are essentially dudes that have gotten to the point of where they're like, no wife, no girlfriend, just me. And or if they do have that, it's just for like sexual gratification only. And they don't want to engage in any kind of relationship, like romantic relationship with a woman. I've talked to some MGTOW that believe that like it's totally okay for, like men to date women, but like not get attached in that area, like not live together, have separate domiciles, that sort of thing. But then you get other people that are like angry MGTOW that are just like, fucking hate women. Vaginas are horrible, except that I came out of one. Nah. And they just vigorously masturbate into their fleshlight every night, and that's what their life's like. So, thoughts on the red pill? Ooh, well, I've seen the movie. I like the documentary. The red pill itself is a very interesting subreddit. I haven't spent a lot of time there recently. They've kind of gone a little bit too far off the deep end, in my opinion. Are vaginas overrated? No. No, they're not. No. They're pretty good. But I'm a fan. Yeah, Jack, if I'm, well, the thing is though, Jack, it's not that you have to deal with the feminist crap. It's that they use you as a prop. They do. They use you as a prop. You are just nothing more than a chess piece to them, political fodder, if you will. The hardline ones. They want you. They also dislike you because you basically get to act like a woman without actually being one, and they hate that. And so, yeah, maybe you are a little lucky. Is Jarbo avoiding making more hillbilly skits? My crew for that is about 1,200 miles south from here. So, no. But, all right, guys, I think on that note, I'm going to wrap this thing up. It's been a little over 100 minutes. Thank you very much for the stream that went by pretty well. 113 likes to 128 dislikes. If you haven't liked the video, let's smash that like and get it up there. Make it even. Make it even. And I'll probably be back on in a couple days, maybe Monday night or something like that. Get a stream going, and we can get some more chit-chatting going on and have some good times. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.